Alright everybody, welcome to another daily Corey B MTG standard video here on my YouTube channel. And today we got another really spicy one for you. I took a little break. The last two videos were definitely two extremely competitive decks that I think, you know, are going to be just tier 1 strategies, both Gruul Aggro and that Otter Storm deck. I'm still blown away by that deck, by the way. Make sure to watch the previous videos if you're interested in that. But I wanted to take a change of pace to play a deck that, honestly, I'd be shocked if it's a tier 1 deck, but it really could be. Rakdos Reanimator is a deck that has been very, very strong in the past. You know, we've seen the Cruelty of Gixes. We've seen bringing back gigantic stuff, mainly Atraxa, win standard RCs, you know, plenty times. But, you know, it's lost some of its tools. It lost Fable the Mirror Breaker. It lost its #1 tool. Fable the Mirror Breaker was really holding up every deck. It doesn't matter what, if you were Reanimator, if you were a red deck, Fable the Mirror Breaker was like, I got you, bro, don't worry, you know? So we'll see how this deck does. We have a basically new Fable the Mirror Breaker in the form of Fear of Missing Out. This card actually is just incredible. It's absolutely busted. If you can ever get Delirium going, you know, it's absolutely amazing. Plus, it discards one of your gigantic threats to be able to bring it back later. So, Fear of Missing Out is Fable the Mirror Breaker at home. It really is. It's that powerful. So, outside of that, we're playing some good removal. Bitter Triumph is a card you always play in these Reanimator decks, as it's a way to pay 3 life, which normally you don't care about when you're bringing gigantic stuff back. But you also have the option to discard one of your gigantic creatures that we'll get to later. Bitter Reunion, same thing. We were playing it yesterday as well, but this is to discard gigantic threats. Preacher looks out of place to me, if I'm being honest, but it is just a good card. It gains you card advantage. It creates chump blockers. I get it. Seems medium to me, but whatever. Here's our new card. It's Zombify. I played this card when I started playing Magic in Onslaught in what? God, was that 2002 or something? 2005? Something like that. I'm old. I've been playing a lot of Magic. But Zombify, just 4 mana, return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. This deck needs another reanimation effect, so Zombify is the way to do it. Cruelty of Gix is the other one that reanimates, Chapter 3, and you can read ahead, of course. So, really nice saga here. As well as the Elder Dragon War. This is one of my favorite cards of all time. I love the play patterns of this. Being able to discard a bunch of cards, reanimate targets, and then you get a free 4/4 at the end. So no matter what, base value, 4 mana, 4/4 flyer, but it can do so much more than that. Then we get to the good stuff, my friends. Atraxa, we've seen this before, yada, yada, yada. Vegavoth, there's only one of, nothing crazy. Coma Chameleon. We're doing some Coma Coils all day here. This card is bananas. Trample Ward 4. Whenever you attack, you get 4 coils. So, I mean, this is going to hit really hard. And we even have Push-Pull to kind of combo with this. The push, fine, whatever, destroy a creature. The pull, put up to 2 target creatures from a single graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. They gain haste. Sacrifice that on end step. So if you ever pull a Coma, now it is you know, the legend rule still applies. So you can't put 2 Comas into play. You can, but it's stupid. But just imagine pulling back Coma and Atraxa. You attack them for 15, probably draw 4 cards, put 12 more power into play, and you're like, pass the turn, I guess. Good luck. So, Rakdos Reanimator, I don't necessarily have the biggest expectations for the deck, but I'm happy to be surprised. This is the type of the deck where if it's good, it's really good. Turn 4 Atraxas are good. And then in the board, we got a bunch of removal, Abrades, Brotherhood's End, Molten Collapses. You still get to play Duresses and have some Shieldrids as big creatures to go over the top. And then some Ghost Vacuums to deal with Oculus, those kind of matchups as well. So a well-rounded deck. I've been a huge Rakdos fan in the past, and the mana base for Rakdos is actually quite well. So, actually quite good. So, should be really fun. But before we get started in today's video, of course, if you are liking these daily standard MTG MTG Arena videos, make sure to subscribe and share these videos. I really appreciate it. And I also really appreciate our sponsors for the stream. First up, we got KMC. If you are interested in these Hyper Phoenix sleeves, Hyper Matte sleeves, or inner sleeves, KMC has you covered, as well as this really cool deck box behind me that they just unveiled at MagicCon Vegas. It is almost like a Gucci-esque material. Really nice stitching. It's awesome, and it's very affordably priced. Plus, you can change that little medallion in the middle of the Mox. So if you want to pick up the Mox Luxury Deck Box, feel free to use that promo code in the top left corner of the screen, and the link for KMC is below as well. Our other proud sponsor of the stream, of course, is Heavy Play. If you are interested in checking out any of Heavy Play's very futuristic products, really next level stuff is all you can say. Look at all these things behind me. They all work well together. You know, they all have magnetic backs, except the sleeves. They're not magnetic. I think that would cause some problems. But every other thing kind of hooks onto the other products. And, you know, the dice box magnets back in. It's really cool stuff. You got to get it for yourself to believe it. It's the only playmats and stuff I use like that. Playmats, deck boxes, sleeves that I use. It's really, really awesome. So head on over to heavyplay.com/CoreyB. Use that promo code CoreyB to get yourself 10% off. They also have their newest product, the Phil Stone Art ETB playmat. So bunch of different designs by the great artist Phil Stone. And they might even have some future artists to work on some new stuff. So make sure to keep an eye on Heavy Play, as they got some really good stuff going on. So let's bring some Atraxas back. Don't have one of our 2-drops that loot, so that's probably not ideal. But we have Preacher on the play, plus the Zombify and the Cruelty. I'm going to keep, but I could see this maybe supposed to be a mulligan in the future, but we'll find out. I bet I absolutely destroy Golgari. I bet that's what I want to play against. Ooh. I bet that's what I want to play against all day. We just go so much bigger. Okay. They're probably gonna, they're probably like, what the hell? All right, so Zombify or Cruelty. I would imagine you just take Cruelty here. Zombify, I'm so far away from it actually doing anything. From your graveyard. Like, I was making sure it wasn't theirs, so. All right, we're gonna be doing our Preacher thing. If you're tied, Preacher is the best. That's the one thing I know for sure. Then you get both. All right, now I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a removal spell for my first Preacher, but literally nothing else we can do. But that may be why they drew a card. Okay, pretty brutal for us. Let's try it again. Okay. We can still attack. Okay. Not bad, not bad. All these Zombifies and nowhere to go. At least we can push the demon. Not ideal so far, though, I must say. Oh, it's a sorcery. Oh, of course, that card would be too playable. Far too playable. Alright, well. Let's make a treasure, I guess. Not ideal so far. But like I said, I wasn't expecting this to be the best deck I've ever seen. Alright, so now I have way less life, so it's gonna be... I guess I can start by drawing a card. Alright, let's try to find something. We gotta push this no matter what. Alright. So we can destroy this, play the vent, and now we top deck one of our gigantic creatures in which that are hiding, and then we get to do the thing. Except they still get to put a demon and put us to 5. So I think we're still in a ton of trouble. Maybe this is just a mulligan. You know, we didn't have the greatest draw. So I might be giving this deck a bad rep by keeping that hand in the first place, but it felt like a keep. Alright, so now we need to deal with this demon or we're dead. Okay. Honestly, I'm going to get rid of a Zombify. We got enough of them. And we're dead. Alright, not the best start. But like I said, maybe I didn't keep the best hand. So, as far as stuff against Golgari goes, I don't know how much I want to change. I don't think I need Cut Down. But still, Cut Down's fine against Bronco. A Braid is probably just better, as I can hit Glissa. Glissa still seems like a good card. Does seem like I'm kind of pre-built to play against this deck. Maybe I'm supposed to load up on Duresses. This is a tough one. Basically, the only cards I'm considering are Duress, Virtue, Abrade, and that's it. And I'm debating Cut Down, Duresses. The Elder Dragon War could maybe come out, since they don't have a lot of I think if the first mode's ever good, this card's amazing. Outside of that, it's maybe just okay. I'm never going to get that second mold on Molten Collapse, so this is just a Dreadbore, which is reasonable. The Elder Dragon War, it's also Duressable, and it hits basically nothing. So I think that is the card to take out. And I would lean on Cut Down as well. So what if we did this, brought in this and this? Glissas are dead. The big demons still stay alive, though. Maybe Virtue is not that good, because they're also going to bring in enchantment removal. So let's leave in the Molten Collapses to deal with some demons. Alright, we'll give it a shot. Of course, we'll see if this is the right configuration or not. Okay, I'd like to play first. Oh, I don't think we can keep this. I don't think we can keep this. I'm loving this deck so far. It's treating me so well. Okay. We can keep this. We gotta figure out a way to discard. But I think this is a reasonable start. If we find one of our 2-drops, then we're actually kind of on. So, Fear of Missing Out, right on top. I'll settle for a Bitter Reunion. Maybe I should have made this a Duress-proof hand. Just got rid of Zombify. What did I put back? I mean, I don't want to keep Coma, so no. I think keeping Zombify was the best. Alright. Still play a Bitter Reunion or FOMO next turn if I could. Yikes. This deck's going to have very polarizing draws, I imagine. That's where I was supposed to play Fable the Mirror Breaker. Imagine if that was a Fable, y'all. I would be dominating. Okay, we get to attack. And I'm at more life. So I get to draw. That's good. Oh, we're having fun. Okay. Annex, Gix Command. Or a Vivian. I kind of want to take the Vivian. Let's take the Vivian Reed like it's 2010. This is going well. Yep. Yep. I'm at less life, so I just get a 1/1. Okay, I think it's gonna be too late, but... yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to get it done now. So this actually... well, it's net even. Because I'll gain 1 but lose 2 from the Archfiend. Oh, but it still tramples, so... so I actually only lost life there. I forgot it tramples. I think we have to hope they go for, like, Annex or something, yeah. And now we find an answer to this. And then we're still probably dead. Alright, let's get rid of Atraxa. If we would have drawn this earlier, though, this game would have looked so different. Alright, just in a braid, we're dead. Well, that was the first match. That was not close, but I have a feeling this deck won't disappoint us for the next one. Alright, our redemption match here. This looks a lot better. We have ways to discard. We have ways to draw cards. We, of course, don't have the ideal start yet, as we don't have a gigantic creature to throw into the yard, but perfectly reasonable start here. Alright, up against Golgari. Good, I wanted a rematch. Now we can play the FOMO. Or we can just keep a Bitter Triumph open. It seems like they could easily have a cut down here, but maybe I don't care about that anyways. Alright, we're going to go with Fear Missing Out, and I think we'll just discard this tap land. Okay. Makes sense. Alright, well, I wanted to get a Preacher in, but now I think I should just kill their creatures. Alright, let's pay 3 life to deal with this. And let's just cut down this. And then we'll get the Preachers going. And the Preachers just don't feel right in the deck. You know, it feels like we should have something else there. Not sure there's a better option by any means, but... alright, we're still looking for our gigantic creature. There it is. Alright, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to do the thing. Let's discard Como. Didn't hit a land, though, but let's see what they got. Alright. So, not amazing here. As this isn't going to kill anything. I mean, it may. And then we need to hit a land. But we still need a land for this. So we might just be playing a Preacher. Okay, we did hit it. So with hitting it, now I kind of do want to do this. And I think I will start with Chapter 1. Because we can kill this here. And then discard some cards to make sure I hit Chapter 5. Or our 5th mana. And then just bring back Coma straight away. Coma seems good. Believe it or not. Oh, if we... oh, you can give Coma haste with this. I just noticed that. Wow. Okay, that would be sweet. But... they could have the piece of removal for it. Alright, I'm discarding these two. Alright, we hit. So Coma can enter the battlefield. Is that the best we can do? Probably. We could play Preacher and a tap land and try to get it next turn. Because they'd have to have land go for the throat. Alright, YOLO. We're the Reanimator deck. We're trying to reanimate. We're doing the thing. Oh, you can hit their graveyard with that. That's right. Okay, how about we pick a Coma? Here we go. No! No! Not a Liliana.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Oh, come on. Come on. Alright, well. That sucks. Now we're probably dead on the spot. So we get a flyer. We can play this, so we're technically... No, we're dead on board. Alright, I'm demoralized. I'm demoralized so far, but at least we did the thing. If we could attack with Coma there, problem solved. I don't think we could ever lose, but... Alright, on the play. Yeah, Liliana's a great card against us. They have Llanowar Elves, so I do think I want cut downs. I'm just going to take out the Preachers. They seem pretty medium. And we can bring in Molten Collapse. I mean, it doesn't get cut down, so it's really not terrible. Maybe we just don't want Duress against them. On the play, on the draw, I could try to break serve a little bit. All right, let's try this. Let's try to actually win a game. I make sure to bring this standard content to you regardless of what happens, though. So if we go 0-3, you're getting a video that is us going 0-3. You know, leave me some feedback if that's something you just never want to see. You know, I like keeping it real. You know, I want to show you my genuine opinion on decks. I don't want to say every deck is amazing, believe everything I say. You know, I want to keep it real with my audience. So please leave me some feedback on this, even though we're 0-3 in games, but about to be 1-3. Yes. Yes. Okay. We got a FOMO to discard a card. I don't know which one I discard. I don't think it matters a lot. I'm going to still discard Como because it's the new thing. Otherwise, this hand is not amazing. But you know what? That's what happens when you play a bunch of 9-drops. Sure. Them not being able to duress Fear of Missing Out is a huge deal with this deck. This card is one of the best cards in Standard. It's just, you know, hasn't found a good home. Como, get to the yard. Okay, now once we hit 5, but we're pretty far away. Sick. Sick. Feeling good. Sweet. Oh, actually sweet. That was the best possible draw. Okay, we're doing it now. Do we need land 5? I don't think so. I mean, we do, but Elder Dragon War can get us there. Maybe this is just something I should always be keeping. Yeah, I am going to keep. Because I can discard to the Elder Dragon War, I'm going to play it safe. Unholy Annex. Okay, we're going to start with Chapter 1. Honestly, I might not start with Chapter 3 here anyways. I don't think I should. I want to give this haste. But then they can destroy it. That's the tough part. It's like, I'm either dead to Liliana, or I die to Terra Sunder. I would think there's more Liliana than Terra Sunder, so I think I will. I guess I can start with the Duress mode and take it real slow. It's kind of a sexy little plan. Guess I can deal with that, but still. Do I discard both lands? All right. destroy this. I completely forgot about how good Ghost Vacuum's gonna be against us. Ghost Vacuum would be insane against us. And every deck's playing 2 in the board, so yikes, y'all. I'm feeling slightly pessimistic about this deck's viability so far. But we're not giving up yet. We're getting a Dargon next turn. I love being a Rakdos deck. Oh my god, just kill me. Kill me now. Which one are they gonna go for? Makes sense. Okay, but this actually isn't terrible for us. Like, it's compounding, I'll tell you that. But I'm gonna start with chapter 1. I hate everything. I guess this is good. But I can't beat the vacuum. I guess I can search for an answer for the Alright, I've got it. I can search for that other Molten Collapse. Uh-huh. Okay. If I search for Molten Collapse... Oh, God, if I can descend... Which I can. Okay, this is actually sick. I can get both. Alright, alright. We are doing it. Okay, okay, okay. That was absolutely sick. I'm so glad we brought that card in. And now we get to play FOMO and just draw a card. Thanks. Oops, I meant to say thanks. Whoops. Okay, now next turn we can do the thing. I select Coma. Okay, you may discard a card and draw a card. Why not? Do I want to get in with everything? I feel like I'm just going to leave Mathis for blockers here. Alright, let's do this. Okay. Okay, now they need a demon. Oh yeah, that didn't even kill Coma. Wow. I don't think I need to play a land. Alright, what can you do? Yeah, otherwise Coma just makes 4 3/3s. If we could have got Delirium, FOMO would have did that. Alright. I'm back on board. I'm back on board, everyone. Alright, makes sense why we have more braids and stuff. Ghost Vacuum's a card you just have to deal with. Otherwise, they had gigantic creatures, so Molten Collapse is insanely good. Preacher, especially on the draw, I think I'm just taking out. And I probably want Duresses when I'm on the draw. Do I want cut downs? They don't seem like the Bronco deck, so I don't think I want any cut downs. This is a deck that's going to change play draw quite a bit, I would think. So maybe a couple more braids. I got to deal with the Ghost Vacuum. Yeah. All right. Max out on vacuum answers. Our total mana value of our hand is 23. I don't think we can keep 3 gigantic creatures in our hand. Like, if this gets duressed, we're dead. I think it's a mulligan. I'm gonna keep. I am going to keep it. Now let's get rid of this. If we hit 1 land drop, this hand's pretty nice. It can't be duressed. Son of a... Okay, so we'll have to abrade that first. Keep that on top. We're doing it. They might be keeping their hand on the strength of this. Looks like they don't have black mana. So let's go like this. This might be a turn 4 coma. Coma, chameleon. Okay, they kept it on the strength of the vacuum, which is no longer here. Are we doing it, chat? Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes! 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 You get punished! I succeed! Hooray! Alright, I'm back on board with Reanimator. Let's close this video out with a 2-1. Alright, now we're calming back down. We're off full life tilt on this deck, and we're recognizing the power. So, this is a great hand on the draw. Super happy to be keeping this one, and we're ready to have a more positive mindset and get our 2-1. See what we're up against. Let's see if it's going to be Golgari all the way down. Golgari is popular on the ladder right now. It's definitely the go-to mid-range deck. Even over Demir, which, if you look at Magic Online, the Demir numbers are kind of higher. So, alright, here is Demir, and here is our big creatures. I would rather play against Golgari, for what it's worth, though. They just don't have counter spells. Okay. Interesting. Ah, I see what they're doing now. Yikes. Okay, well, let's discard Coma for the first one. Now, I mean, what is Zombify? Is that... I mean, they're probably just a Zombify deck, too. The End. Sure. Okay, here's this for Atraxa. If we can ever pull those back, it's on. So if we can get to 6 mana, I mean, that's the goal. I'll block. I'll call their bluff. Okay. So now we can Elder War. And I don't want the 2 damage, so... yeah, let's just do this and just discard 1 card. I could just deal the... no, I want the dragon next turn, I think. Let's start here, but yeah, I think I only want to discard 1 card. Do I want to hold back? Guess not. Wish I discarded 2 land now if I knew there was a land on top, but obviously impossible to know. Well, if I top deck a land, I think I'm going to Cruelty in Chapter 1. Or I didn't even need to top deck a land. I think I'm just doing that regardless. Okay, well, let's hope pull works. If pull works, it's on. If it doesn't, we're sad. Oh my god, y'all. This is about to be bananas. We're gonna have to sacrifice them, but, I mean, they're gonna take infinite. I mean, I guess we're almost dead, but we're about to gain a bunch of life. Pull. Coma. I guess if I pull FOMO, I get to attack twice. There would be creature, enchantment, land, sorcery. So I'd get to attack with Coma twice. I think I still want this, though. Hard to argue with this. Okay, so 1 land. Let's take that. I'm taking another push-pull. Oh, wait, they get exiled. Bitter Triumph. As the only enchantment. This is the only sorcery. Still gonna get another Atraxa. A push. And that. Okay. 15, 19. Oh, this is just a lethal attack. They have to chump. Perfect. Alright, so we get our coils. Pass the turn. Let's see what kind of Demir deck this is. This looks cool. Demir new cards. That was sick. That was absolutely sick. Okay. So, Threshold. Are they trying to bring back Oculus? It doesn't look like it. It just looks like they fill the graveyard with it. So, I don't think I want any kind of Ghost Vacuums. But killing their creatures seems good. And they could just have Ghost Vacuum. Brotherhood's End seems awesome. Just wrathing their battlefield. Once again, Preacher just seems like the worst card in my deck, but it can't be cut down. But it can be anointed. I'm getting this stupid card out of here. I'm probably getting it out of my deck full stop. Duress does seem kind of needed. My cut downs seem great. They hit everything. Like, I want to turn into a bit of a control deck, I think. The Elder Dragon Wars don't seem as good. Yeah, there's X2s as well. Yeah, they seem fine. Maybe I'm supposed to trim on the gigantic creatures. I probably don't need another discard outlet, as all their creatures are tiny. Something like this. This looks good to me. I'm very defensive because I'm on the draw. If I'm on the play, I might get a little more proactive. The only other thought is Virtue of Persistence here, but that just seems okay. It's not bad. I guess I'm pretty soft to Oculus with this configuration without Bitter Triumph. Maybe a Braid is just terrible unless I see the card. The Ghost Vacuum. Alright, I want to respect Oculus a little more. That card's insane. Alright, let's do it. This has been a weird video, I must say. Started off so bad, and now it's ending so strong, hopefully. Alright. 2 weak. 1 lander. If this was a black-red land, and I had a creature, like a creature instead of this, to discard, I think I would keep and risk it a bit, but we were missing too much with that. This is fine. Alright, too many tap lands. I don't think I need the actual creature land for a while. Alright. A lot of theaters. Don't need another land. We might just duress next turn. Well, there's a Velgavoth. So you gotta think that they have ways to reanimate. I'm gonna just duress, just because we don't have a creature we want to discard yet. They have a lantern. Wow, I'm glad I can get rid of this. And I will keep that. Okay. Now we can discard a swamp to start our turn. And we'll play another theater. I think I'm supposed to keep this, even though we don't... They have a Velgavoth. Oh. I don't even want to touch their graveyard to point out what I want to do. But I forgot they have it. Oh, no! Poop. Oh, yeah, they can Oh, and it's only a creature from my graveyard anyways. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. Alright, well... I mean, I'm dumb and also dead, it seems. I think I need to do this and actually start at chapter 1. Because I need to discard a giant creature I draw, you know? I did cut some threats, so it makes sense I'm having some trouble finding them. Wonder if this is a card I should play. This card seems so much better than Preacher. I'm putting Overlords into this deck. We don't have a lot of creatures, I guess. And you don't want creatures to your hand? Maybe not. Okay. So, we're not going to be able to get to 6 mana. And we're not going to be able to find the cards we need. Plus, there's no real way we're going to be able to kill this. How on earth can we win? I guess if we get a 2-drop, we can sacrifice it. But if we sacrifice permanents... Oh, wow. All the cards we discard... I want to make sure I understand this right. We're just dead. But I just want to see if this works the way... Okay, okay. Alright, well... You got it. Okay, so there's Zombify deck 2. I bet they take out their Oculus. So I definitely want to have more Duresses. I can't really kill their stupid Velgavoths, so I bet I want less removal. They do have lanterns and stuff, so I want Graveyard Hate. But I also just want my Ghost Vacuums. Okay, so we sideboarded wrong, thinking they were a different deck. And now this seems worse when we're on the play. So what if we just did this? Now, all that being said and how much trash I just said to... I don't know what's going on here, but all that trash I said about Preacher, it actually looks good when we're on the play. And our Dragon Wars actually seem quite bad. So really did a 180 on changing the deck here. This looks pretty solid to me, though. I was thinking about leaving cutdowns in for Kiora, but if I want to leave a card in for Kiora, I think I'd rather just leave in 2 of these when we're on the play. All right, let's try it. Maybe cutting any of the gigantic creatures is just wrong as well. I'm pretty unsure of myself with this being my first matches with this deck. But we're learning. We can all learn together. Feel free to leave some comments in below if you have a little bit more experience. Maybe teaches all of us watching, and we can just be a nice community that helps each other out. So, all right, final game of this video. Okay, and we got a good hand. I'm in. And it's unduressable. The start of FOMO into discarding Atraxa. Cruelty of Gix being able to hit their giant cards is also really nice. So this is just a nice one. Soul Guide Lantern's nasty, though. Hope they don't have that one. All right. Excellent, excellent. Okay, now Coma or Atraxa? I think I'd rather have Atraxa in the yard if I'm going to Zombify on 4. Don't do this to me. Bitter Triumph or a land, please. Bitter Triumph Thorland. Bricked. No! Guess we get the go for the... oh, wait. They have Zombify. They don't have the threat yet. I think I still have to take it, though, because they can probably find it off this. That means our Preacher is no good, though. Yeah, I gotta stop them from doing their thing. But now they just have double spot removal for my next two plays. So we basically need to draw a running land. Or once again, Bitter Triumph would be probably our best draw. Damn. I regret not taking Go for the Throat now. Okay. We'll take that. Now land on top. Land on top. Land on top. Land on top. It's been a roller coaster of emotions. Okay, now I'm glad we took the card. No land for them. We gotta land. It's time. Atraxa. Okay, so we want an untap land. As far as a creature, we can take Atraxa and FOMO because it's an enchantment. And then for a sorcery, we're gonna put 4 cards in our hand, which means we can discard. So we can discard the Como. I think I'd rather just have another way to bring it back. Alright, now they have to go for the throat for Atraxa. But I don't know how much that matters. Because we can actually Cruelty of Gix back their Velgavoth if we want. To prevent their Zombify. Okay, we'll attack first. Alright, this deck is actually sweet. Dang, okay, so they have a counterspell of some regard. But I think I just want to hit them every turn if possible. So they probably have negate. I could play the 2 creatures. I think I just want to force their negate. Because if they negate, then they have to go for the throat this. Yeah, let's be mana efficient. Otherwise, I'm getting Velgavoth. Here we go. Uh-oh. So this kind of forces the trade, I would imagine. Wild. Okay. So I can zombify my Coma, and then they can't kill that. And then play a FOMO. Seems good. Does this have vigilance? No. Let's bring back Coma. Now they can zombify. Let's discard Atraxa. They can cast that if they want. They don't have the target, right? Okay. During your turn, you may play cards with exiled with Valgavoth. Okay. Sure. I can attack with Coma twice. What? Oh, you play it for free? Oh. Well, that's a problem. I should read Valgavoth closer, huh? I mean, I don't know if there was much I could have done anyways, but... Pay life rather than pay mana. Ah! And now they have a negate. Huh. 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 Well, yikes. In that case, death is probably going to be following me. Yeah, I needed them to counter that. I'm dead. Well, their deck was awesome. I obviously played against Valgavoth wrong, as I thought they still just had to cast those cards. Impressive. Impressive. So, yeah, they can just double block here. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that was wild. Okay, well, I think the deck is cool. And I think there is something here. I think we just need to tune it just a little bit more. I did have fun. Thank you, Magic Online. Or thank you, Magic, the Gathering Arena. I do want to tune this deck a bit. First thing I want is to get these Preachers out of there. And I want to try the Bellrocks, I think. The Overlords. Just having another 2-drop that mills and finds you a creature. But if that's the case, we don't want to return a lot of creatures, so... It's kind of a nombo. All you're wanting to return is Fear of Missing Out. So, yeah, I guess that doesn't work too well in our current configuration. So, I'm going to go back to the lab and kind of figure out what I want to do with this deck and give this another try at some point because there's definitely something there. I mean, when we got to do the push-pull on the 2 giant creatures, like, that felt really, really good. But... a lot of our draws felt like what Reanimator has as far as some of its biggest problems is, well, if you draw all your enablers but no giant creatures, your deck looks bad. If you draw all your giant creatures, none of your enablers, your deck looks really bad. If you draw the perfect configuration, though, your deck looks sick. And Fable the Mirror Breaker is the card that smoothed everything out. If we could just imagine replacing 3 preachers with 4 Fables, this deck would look unbelievably awesome. This would be a top contender for me for decks that I would be taking to tournaments. Right now, it's Otterstorm. Check that last video out if you haven't seen it. It's really sweet. But with a card like Preacher being the 3-drop, sure, it can't get cut down, but that card was very unimpressive to me, and that'll be the first card I cut. So what kind of list are you playing of this deck if you're building it? That's going to do it for this video, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and share this video, and we'll see you tomorrow for more standard content. Peace out, friends.